What was the methodology of teaching in the 70s?
That was the old-fashioned way. If you recall rightly, when I was in primary school, before I started primary, I went to a Chinese school, which was a primary Chinese school, to go in their first year because they allow before reaching the age of 7. I was 6 plus or 5 plus. They allowed that. But I remember very clearly it was mere rote learning. The methodology was memorization. The teacher just took the textbook and read from the textbook, or just say, okay, you do your reading or whatever it is. So when I started in Jalan Lama, it was similar because it was more of a Chinese school. But I decided to break out of that because I think students were very bored. Okay, because I was bored. Even in primary school, in the English stream, there was some of this methodology or pedagogy, we call it, where teacher-centered teaching, all right? There was never the student-centered teaching during those era, up to the 70s. Probably by the 80s, there were some changes when Dr. Goh came in and the curriculum changed. Okay, so if you ask me, it was really old-fashioned. It was teacher-centered. The teacher sometimes faces the chalkboard. There was no whiteboard then. The chalkboard, and talk to the chalkboard. And we have to strain and make sure we try to understand that. That was as a student. But when I observed as I passed through classes in Jalan Lama, the teachers were doing exactly the same methodology or pedagogy, the type of teaching that was prevalent even in the 70s. 68 to 70, 71, I left Jalan Lama. Then I went to Scottish Secondary. There was a slight difference because I think there were Malay and English stream. In Jalan Lama, it was supposed to be English and Chinese stream, but there wasn't many English stream classes. There were only one per level. It started in 69, all right? I was there in 68. There was completely a Chinese school. Okay, in Scottish, there was slight change because I think there were more English stream, that's one. And the principal, the head teacher or the headmaster play a role in that. It wasn't anything from the ministry that prevailed. It was the school leader that prevailed to say, look, you cannot be teaching that way. Why don't we try some workshop and all that? And in Scottish, we had teachers' workshop where there was this feeling that we could learn from one another how to manage the class, that's one, how to impart knowledge, two, how to ensure that there were experiential learning, there were children or group work, that was three, okay, how to go beyond the classroom, that's four. So the methodology changed over time, but also different schools had a different methodology. So my teaching sort of improved more when I went to Scottish Secondary, which I was there for almost 10 years, from 71 to 1980. And I think partly the effort came from the more senior teachers, from the principal, and as a community of teachers, we also were more open to being mentored, or we were more open to learning, and they were more open to sharing. Okay, so that's a big difference in terms of school. I won't say that applies to all secondary school or all English secondary school, but I would say that the aided school, the mission school, especially the mission English school, all right, were generally further ahead in terms of teaching methodology or pedagogy in the classroom.